The Urantia book. The Urantia book. This is paper 33. The administration of the local universe. In section 4, the bright morning star is the personalization of the first concept of identity and ideal of personality, conceived by the Creator Son and the local universe, manifestation of the infinite spirit. So, similarly to how the Creator Son is the ideal and idea of the universal Father, the first person of the Trinity, the universal Father, and the second person of the Trinity, the eternal Son. Those are the names given in the Urantia book. So similarly, how a Creator Son is an original, unique ideal of those two beings, then Gabriel, the firstborn in Nebadon of the Creator Son, and his consort, the divine minister, the creative spirit. Again, those two beings with an ideal and a idea and an ideal, something of being, create Gabriel. This supernal personality embraces the divine will of the Son combined with the creative imagination of the Spirit. Again, they're talking about Gabriel or the bright morning star, the firstborn in Nebadon, a local universe. Gabriel and his staff are not teachers, they are administrators. They were never known to depart from their regular work except when Michael was incarnated on a creature bestowal. They say in the Urantia book, when Michael of Nebadon is not in Nebadon, if he goes to Paradise or Havona or somewhere outside of Nebadon in the grand universe, Gabriel, well, the Union of Days, Emmanuel, would be in charge of the universe of Nebadon when Michael of Nebadon is not here. And Gabriel would be second in command to Emmanuel when Michael of Nebadon is not present in Nebadon. Well, specifically what they're talking about is also when Michael of Nebadon is on a creature bestowal. He did 7 of them. Was on a creature bestowal. He did 7 of them. Amongst the creatures, the beings of his own making. From Melchizedek down to mortals, human evolutionary will creatures. And Michael of Nebadon did this as Jesus of Nazareth on this sphere called Urantia. Urantia. During such bestowals, Gabriel was ever attendant on the will of the incarnated Son. Uh, okay. Manual of Salvington is also number 611,121 of his order of being. Those beings that are created by the Trinity and all three members of the Trinity, the Universal Father, the Eternal Son, and the Infinite Spirit, create the order of the unions of days. Emmanuel of Salvington, similarly to Michael of Nebanon, is number 611,121 of his order. Emmanuel of Salvington is the primary chief advisor, consultant of Michael of Nebanon in terms of the running, making, and other things of this universe of Nebanon. During the absence of Michael, as recently on the mission of reunion of Orvanton Master Sons on Paradise, Gabriel is the regent of the universe. So while Emmanuel of Salvington from Paradise is not subordinate to Gabriel, but he doesn't take actions in terms of what running this universe would be from an executive standpoint. So Gabriel does that. At such times, Gabriel always seeks the counsel of Emmanuel of Salvington regarding all major problems. Also in paper 33, section 7, the courts of Nebanon. So paragraph 5, the default or defection of any of the local universe sons of God, which jeopardizes their status and authority as sons, is never adjudicated in the tribunals of a son. Such a misunderstanding would be immediately carried to the super universe courts. So when Lucifer rebelled against the rule of Michael in Nebanon, his case is not adjudicated in Nebanon. It's adjudicated by the Ancients of Days in the courts of the super universe. There's 100,000 local universes, regular universes, local universes, 100,000 of them per super universe and 7 super universes in the grand universe. Any local universe son of God who goes into rebellion, goes against the rule of Michael, or an otherwise, if there is an otherwise, I suppose there is an otherwise, goes into default of some kind. That being's court case goes to the super universe courts of the Ancients of Days, not here in the local universe of Nebanon. Oh boy. Okay, so 34, the local universe mother spirit. So in response to certain paradise phenomena, there immediately personalizes in the very presence of the creator son a new personal representation of the infinite spirit. This is the divine minister, the individualized creative spirit helper, or the creator son, has become his personal creative associate, the local universe mother spirit. So um, So the creative mother spirit, the creative daughter of the infinite spirit, is symbolically speaking, as humans, evolutionary will creatures would be man and wife. So you are made, you, I, anyone is made in the image of God, in the sense that human will beings who engage in marriage and act and do as man and wife. This is similar. When a creative daughter is created, made for the creator son. So for this particular universe, Michael of Nebadon had created for him his helper, his consort, his creative helper consort, the divine minister, the creative spirit, the daughter of the infinite spirit, and the two of them, after there is a ceremony exactly like marriage here on Earth, as far as a man and a woman getting married and having a marriage ceremony, a wedding. The exact type thing takes place between the Creator Son and the Divine Minister, in front of the Universal Father, the first person of the Trinity. The first person of the Trinity, the Universal Father, conducts a ceremony for the Creator Son and the Divine Minister, which is exactly like, or very, very similar to, symbolic of, and this world is symbolic of, the same action. A wedding ceremony between the two beings takes place. The Urantia book gives a couple lines about this, mentions it. Before the Creator, Son, and Divine Minister go forth to create their universe, their local universe. Uh, to many universe types of beings, even this representation of the infinite spirit may not appear to be wholly personal during the ages preceding the final Michael bestowal. Subsequent to him being a master son, she is personally recognized by all contacting individuals. To me, from a human standpoint, from an evolutionary will creature standpoint, that's similar to the veil idea, a veil for a woman in a marriage. It's similar to that type of an idea. The divine minister, creative daughter of the infinite spirit, is not fully recognized as a person being, a personal being, a person being, a being of person by all orders in Nebadon, or some of the lower orders do not recognize her as a personal being. It doesn't even say that. Just, I don't know. To me, it's symbolic a little bit of a woman wears a veil. Um, the creative spirit is co-responsible with the creator son in producing the creatures of the worlds, and never fails the son in all efforts to uphold and conserve these creations. So Michael of Nebadon is the same as the Universal Father is to Paradise Havona, the central universe, the perfect central universe. So the Creator Son, Michael of Nebadon, upholds Nebadon and all the creatures in it, from the highest creatures in the local universe, created in the local universe, to the lowest creatures created in the local universe, which would be human evolutionary will beings on spheres like Urantia. Neither the eternal Son nor the infinite Spirit is limited or conditioned by either time or space, but most of their offspring are. There's a line in the book, something like, the Creator Son can ignore time but not space, and the Divine Minister can ignore, like, is all of space but cannot ignore time. Something like that. It's in here. Combine the two forces of the Creator Son and the Divine Minister, and they together are completely timeless and spaceless. There's lines in the book like that. Oh. The universe mother spirit never leaves the local universe headquarters world. So, similarly, you, me, anyone, any human being, any evolutionary will creature is created in the image of God, in the sense that, in this case, and what they're talking about here, one example, how the woman stays home and takes care of the house, the man goes to work. So the Divine Minister, the wife of Michael of Nebanon, the two creators of the entire universe of Nebanon, she never leaves the headquarters planet. And that's also a sense of fairness from a spiritual perspective. Again, a sense of fairness in that all of the local universe sons, except for Gabriel, Father Melchizedek, none of them can go to paradise and meet the universal Father. So, and humans have a tremendously long amount of time, long amount of time before they actually get to meet the universal Father. So, in the sense of fairness, the Divine Minister never leaves the headquarters world of Nebanon. She does not. So, in paper 34, the local universe mother spirit, section 5, the ministry of the spirit. When mind is thus endowed with the ministry of the Holy Spirit, which is a description of the spirit given by the divine minister. So the spirit, the Holy Spirit is given right at the beginning of a world, like maybe, well, at the time of human will beings, if not before, but probably at the time of human will beings. But the Holy Spirit is given immediately. Well, you know what? The Holy Spirit is given immediately to all of Nebanon at all times. Human worlds, every area, every area of Nebanon, but specifically worlds of evolutionary will creatures are where the Holy Spirit is needed, wanted, present. So the Holy Spirit is the spirit of the divine minister given to a world at all times. The spirit of truth, the spirit of the creator son, Michael of Nebanon, doesn't go to a world until his bestowal on a world. And he bestowed himself on this world as Jesus of Nazareth. So the spirit of truth, the spirit of Michael of Nebanon, comes to this world, or came to this world around Pentecost. And there's much more to that entire topic. it possesses the capacity for consciously or unconsciously choosing the spiritual presence of the universal Father, the thought adjuster. So the universal Father is the thought adjuster. The thought adjuster is the universal Father. The thought adjuster is the personalized spirit being, individualized portion of the spirit of the universal Father given to every normal-minded human on Urantia, this planet. This is the universal Father gives a thought adjuster to all evolutionary will-being creatures and all of evolutionary creation. There's a line in the book, the thought adjuster is you. The thought adjuster, the spirit of God within my mind, your mind, any normal-minded human being on Earth, on Urantia, that thought adjuster is that person. There's lines like that. There's a lot of papers about the thought adjuster. A lot of papers about the thought adjuster. When anyone becomes one with their thought adjuster, fuses with your thought adjuster, you cannot tell the difference between that person and their thought adjuster. They are one. So the goal is to be one with God in the sense that one with my thought adjuster, your thought adjuster, you should be one with your thought adjuster, anyone should be. The goal is to fuse with that thought adjuster and then be one with the universal Father, the first person of the Trinity. After a bestowal son has liberated the spirit of truth for planetary ministry, such as Michael of Nebadon has done for this world, in terms of his bestowal as Jesus of Nazareth, then to all mortals that once liberated spirit of truth for planetary ministry to all mortals has been done, that all normal minds are automatically prepared for the reception of the thought adjusters. Spiritual connection there of some kind. Though the spirit of truth is poured out upon all flesh, this spirit of the Son is almost wholly limited in function and power by man's personal reception of that which constitutes the sum and substance of the mission of the bestowal Son. Basically, I think what they're saying here is man always has to choose. You, me, anyone has to always make the choice for goodness, rightness, righteousness, goodness, God's will. The choice always has to be made by the human. Spirit forces of any kind, personal, semi-personal, the spirit of whomever, whatever. Spirit forces of any kind never force anything upon any human evolutionary will creature. It's always up to that being to choose to want to grow as a being. Oh, 34 5.5. The mission of the bestowal Son. So I, as a Paradise of Onal Son, magisterial Son on Urantia. So my mission is to enlighten the minds of humans, evolutionary will creatures on this planet, me, you, anyone, any evolutionary will creature on this planet, enlighten the minds. That's my only mission. That's my only mission as a Paradise of Onal Son, born of woman on this planet currently. I, as a Paradise of Onal Son, magisterial Son, born of woman on this earth. The other major feature to my mission, parts of, would be to help initiate the city of Melchizedek. Melchizedek will return to this earth, Urantia, and set up his city. And I would participate in that as a recognized magisterial avonal son, helping him in whatever way I can, um, sort of in an ambassadorial capacity. I do not know where the city of Melchizedek will be established. I cannot guess. I really cannot guess where the city of Melchizedek will be established. I do not know. I cannot guess. And after my mortal human life, after I leave this world as a human evolutionary will creature, and do what takes place after that, somewhere at that point along those lines, Caligastia will be removed from this sphere because of my bestowal here as a magisterial avonal son. Caligastia, the defaulted rebellious, rebelled, the rebel Caligastia, the rebel son, the rebel Caligastia, will be removed from this sphere. The planetary prince, the defaulted planetary prince, will be removed from this sphere after I complete my mission on Urantia, and post Urantia, after I leave this world in my mortal evolutionary form, and at some point along the line there, Caligastia, the defaulted planetary prince of this world, will be removed. He's currently on this sphere. So I have no idea when the city of Melchizedek will be on this planet. It will be in my lifetime. I have no idea how old I will live to be. I have no idea how old I will live to be. I have no idea what year the city of Melchizedek will be on this planet, except that it will be in my lifetime as a magisterial avonal son on Urantia.